Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kirill, right here in front of your eyes. And we're gonna talk about John Cena. But before, we're gonna talk about his match versus Counter in Saturday main event. Um, yeah, and then that was something else. So obviously, we're gonna talk about the match before we talk about John Cena himself. Um, what happened, what I feel about John Cena. So, you know, okay, Gunter is in the ring, John Cena is in the ring. Uh, the final match for John Cena, the retirement tour, has been wild. One of the greatest matches of all time he put on in the last year. Definitely one of the best. My favorite was versus AJ Styles in Crown Jewel when they do different finishers. That match was one of the most incredible matches in his whole retirement tour. But the match itself, I wasn't like the most fan of the last match, the way they went, because I don't feel like it happened a lot. But I do feel like it was a very emotional moment to see this and afterwards. You know, I love when the crowd say "Don't give up" and and stuff, but at the end, Gunter had him hold, and I was kind of shocked the way it ended because I was technically correct about when it ended. Um, my prediction was that Gunther would defeat John Cena in a submission, but I'm looking at the camera, but the camera is there. It's because of my old phone. Uh, so yeah, I predicted that Gunther will defeat John Cena in a submission, but but not tapping out, just passing out, because that happened when he faced Rusev. You know, John Cena was passing out. It was like one of the history books, losing in submission but not tapping out. Um, so I think so. When in the end, when John Cena did a little smiled, obviously he looked very uncomfortable in that position, but he smiled and then tapped, and he never taps because he stands for never give up. And the funny part is, I saw this in social media that John Cena is like the superhero that never gives up, and Gunther is the villain that makes his opponent gives up. So, which I thought was awesome. And a part of me feel like John Cena never gives up. He stands for this. Like he's gonna betray his own motto by tapping out. Yeah. So did he? Well, he did give up because he tapped out, and it was his final match. People were pissed at Triple H when he arrived to celebrate John Cena. So many crowd was booing. A part of me feel like maybe kept booing because someone else kept booing, so everybody booing. Correct. I mean, sure, they have their own opinions, predictions, what they think about criticism, whatever they think about. But I feel like, yeah, we're there to celebrate John Cena, like, and when they go for FU Hunter, it's like they don't know anything. Like they only think Hunter is the one making the decision. He's not the only one. There would be such a hard, complicated situation to be the only one making decisions. Just go to Netflix and watch a documentary of this wrestling company in the backstage, and you see also the meetings, how they did the decision. They were literally showing a decision of who should win Royal Rumble, or because sometimes they change their minds or sometimes they don't. So it's not just Hunter. He's a part of that decision, but it's more. It's so many more people in that meeting. Just go to Netflix, watch the documentary, and you will understand more about wrestling, how it actually works, how the decision works. And still they're just blaming one person as Triple H because he's not the only one making the decisions. He listened to someone, or someone listened to him, or someone listened to another, and they're making the decision. So yeah, I mean, I also believe he listened to John Cena to for this is on his term to tap out, to just, yeah, it's over, my last match, tap out. And it's sure, it's very emotional and sad in a way, but it's also understandable why he did it, because you're making a history for another superstar, for the future talents like Gunther. Gunther Gunther, he gave up, which means Gunther has made history by making Cena give up to someone who never gives up. So it's like when you broke a streak. Obviously, I don't think Gunther needed it because I feel like he was already on the top of the mountain, like a great superstar, the great heel. Just watch just watch the in the if you see a video um, before the match, before John Cena entrance, you see a video with Gunther and a kid screaming to this Gunther, "I hate you," with all his power. "I hate you. Nobody likes you. You suck." And he's so angry at Gunther, and Gunther's standing there like, yeah, well, oh really? And that makes Gunther so good to be heel, because that kid just screaming out of his power, actually in reality, actually hating him so much, because being this bad guy. And I think it's incredible. That just shows when a kid hates a superstar, it just shows that Gunther is a good heel. So maybe sooner or later, when the kids grows up, he can just he can he grows up and says, "Man, I really hunted Gunter as a kid. Man, he really took me. Now I understand why he was so good." And yeah, he is. And yeah, so there was very emotional with John Cena looking, hugging superstars, saying goodbye to everyone, showing Cody and CM Punk's titles, and literally taking off his shoes, wristbands, and the never give up thing. Yeah, so that was literally making history of tapping out. Because sooner or later, you always break someone superstars when it comes to a streak, or now the never give up thing. You always broke something to make history. Now I'm gonna talk about my feelings of John Cena. I was never aware of John Cena's debut because I didn't watch wrestling at that time. But maybe 2 years later, I don't remember the year. I was probably like 13, 14 years old. I don't know, but it was pretty close, this debut. But yeah, so John Cena was not the person that made me watch wrestling, but he made a huge impact for me, to just the way he described his words to everyone, the way he talks, the way he say it, those advices he gives everyone, the way he helps everyone. And it's not only me. I mean, we never met each other in person, or never met, shaked hands, or never met once. Like, I've never seen Jon in real life ever. But I've seen so much videos in wrestling and outside of the wrestling, the way how he is. Um, and Jon seemed to be one of the greatest human being out there. and and I feel like not only have he done impact in the wrestling industry, I believe he have done a lot of impacts outside of it as well, and around many people who haven't even met him, or some people that have met him. He have pretty much done impact for everyone in the whole world. He made a huge impact for me by watching. It's like you when you watch John Cena, you're like feeling like you're in a room educating yourself. You feel like you're in kind of a meeting, being in an education room. Like, this is how it is. Like, I'm educating myself. The way he says, the way he speaks, all these words, all these answers he gives, all the questions, uh, and about these words, loyalty, respect, and the never give up is something I also have stand for, and it's growing stronger in me when it comes to John Cena about these words. All these years he's been fighting, and at the time, many years ago, when I started to go back to watch wrestling, like in 2010, I think, because I was so busy working, and then I have to see old videos of wrestling that I have missed for so many years as a kid. And when I went back, I decided to buy uh, one of the greatest T-shirts of all time, and this was my first merchandised purchase that I bought, and I stared at this shirt for so long because I was so happy it got delivered to my home, and that is none other than this purple shirt. Never give up. Cenation. And then behind, you can't see me, right? And here, in the arm, hustle, loyalty, respect. Cena approved. And the other arms doesn't have any, I think. No, it doesn't have. Yeah, so this purple John Cena shirt was the first thing that I bought in the www.shop.com. And I was so happy to receive this because it was the first shirt I ever got. And as soon as I got it, I put it on. I don't put it on now because it smells nasty. You have to go to the laundry. But anyway, yeah. And and seeing Cena's matches all of these years is incredible, amazing, and it was very emotional to just see him leave in the final. You just gonna think that he's gonna leave for a while and then come back, but now he's actually have left the wrestling ring. Like, he's still in the contract for the WWE for a few years, but he's done to wrestle in the ring. So it would be really fun, maybe one day, if he actually came back. Maybe do being in the ring, just promo or something, just visiting. It would be cool to if we saw him just visiting in that ring with some promo, whatever it's gonna be. But if not, then he's probably somewhere backstage sometimes or not. But yeah, with all the words, with all his catchphrase, his moves, his promos, savage promos, and all these amazing answers to every question he has. It's just being an educated person, learning so much from him, and he's literally the goat to everyone at this moment, and it's gonna be my. I do believe we're gonna be able to make it without John Cena. Keep watch wrestling, but we know he's probably gonna be somewhere in other videos, still alive, doing some busy things, and yeah, 23 years is a lot of years. And yeah, I think I do have a wristband. I was holding a John Cena wristband, a black one, where it was "You Can't See Me." Fun, I forgot to put it on. I actually forgot to put it on. Yeah, I I actually forgot to put that on. Well, anyway, I had a black rest. You can't see me when, because I wanted to do this when it comes to. Anyway, yeah, and also I have another black T-shirt of John Cena where it says "Rise Above Hate," which is a really strong word, which I also love. And I did have a John Cena cap, but I forgot that in a bus, I think, and then it just vanished. Yeah, but for now I don't have the cap, but I have the wrist. I have a wristband of John Cena, a black wristband. You can see me, a black shirt, Rise Above Hate, and this purple T-shirt was the first one I ever had. I have a lot of wrestling clothes, but this was the first one and the most inspired one that I bought. And I love John Cena very much because I think he's an incredible person. He's so cool. And I never seen him in real life. I did watch wrestling in real life, like dark matches here in my country, 2 times, but I never saw this guy. But would be cool one day maybe. But I doubted it. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's about John Cena, and hopefully I can see him in some interviews. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Stay cool.